నారా చంద్రబాబు నాయుడు అనే నేను ఆంధ్రప్రదేశ్ రాష్ట్ర ముఖ్యమంత్రిగా నా కర్తవ్యాలను శ్రద్ధతో అంతఃకరణ స్తుతితో దైవ సాక్షిగా ప్రమాణం చేస్తున్నాను.
June 4, 2024 was significant in more ways than one in India's electoral politics. Narendra Modi would become Prime Minister for a third consecutive term, the first time since Jawaharlal Nehru in 1962 that anyone has achieved that feat. And Chandrababu Naidu would return not only as the Chief Minister of Andhra Pradesh, but his party, the Telugu Desam Party, would win 16 out of 17 Lok Sabha seats it contested in the state, and its alliance winning 21 out of 25. In the assembly, the TDP won 135 out of 175 seats. Though the BJP-led NDA returned to power at the centre, India was in the midst of a changed political reality. The BJP won 240 seats in the Lok Sabha, 32 lower than the majority mark, and far short of the 370-plus target it had set for itself, anticipating an outright and overwhelming mandate. The opposition, led by the Congress and together with the constituents of the India bloc, performed better than expected and would now be better represented in Parliament as well. And crucially, the survival of the NDA would depend on two key allies, Chandrababu Naidu of the TDP and Nitish Kumar of the JDU, with the latter winning 12 Lok Sabha seats in Bihar. The influence that Chandrababu Naidu and the TDP commands in this changed political reality was evident in the budget announcements of Nirmala Sitharaman, the Union Finance Minister, in July.
Andhra Pradesh Reorganization Act. Our government has made concerted efforts to fulfill the commitments in Andhra Pradesh Reorganization Act. Recognizing the state's need for the capital, recognizing the state's need for a capital, we will facilitate special financial support through multilateral development agencies. In the financial year, 15,000 crore rupees will be arranged with additional amounts in future years. Our government is fully committed to financing and early completion of the Polavaram irrigation project, which is the lifeline for Andhra Pradesh and its members. This will facilitate our country's food security as well. Under the Andhra Pradesh Reorganization Act, for promoting industrial development, funds will be provided for essential infrastructure.
The announcement about funds for Andhra Pradesh's capital is crucial. It has been Chandrababu Naidu's long-held plan, particularly after the bifurcation of Andhra Pradesh, to build Amaravati, a vast stretch of land between Vijayawada and Guntur, as the state's capital. The work had begun in right earnest when he was the Chief Minister between 2014 and 2019, but came to a standstill when Y.S. Jagan Mohan Reddy of the YSRCP became Chief Minister in 2019.
మూడు రాజధానులంటూ రాష్ట్ర భవిష్యత్తు ఆటలాడే పరిస్థితి ఉండదు. మన రాజధాని అమరావతి రాజధాని, విశాఖపట్నం ఆర్థిక రాజధానిగా, ఒక ప్రత్యేకమైన సిటీగా, ఆధునికమైన నగరంగా తయారు చేసుకుందాం.
Amaravati is in the picture once again. After 2014 polls, Chandrababu Naidu, the then opposition leader, has managed to get into the power in 2014 in Andhra Pradesh, and after that he has announced, because several committees have conducted surveys, and even the committee from the centre has come down to Andhra Pradesh and surveyed for the capital, and finally the government has taken the decision that Amaravati will be the capital city for the Andhra Pradesh. Even before swearing in as Chief Minister, a day before, that is on June 11th of this year, he has announced that it was unfortunate that the previous government has announced 3 capitals, but our sole aim of the NDA government will be developing Amaravati as the capital city of Andhra Pradesh. So mainly the main focus is to build infrastructure and also self-sustainable city, a green city which is already located on the banks of Krishna River, and mainly their aim is to build the Amaravati as the world-class one of the capitals in India and also across the world. His main Chandrababu Naidu's aim is what he even said, and is to complete the capital till 2047 is what his main aim is.
The scale is ambitious, and as far back as 2016 as well as 2018, during Naidu's previous term as Chief Minister, master plans and blueprints for the construction of Amaravati had been published. For instance, here are some livability benchmarks that a 2018 blueprint had set for Amaravati. More than 50% public transport usage, 100% public Wi-Fi coverage, 0% water deficient areas, 0 households living in slums, 100% waste segregated as source, open spaces as part of total area being greater than 10%, more than 40 hospital beds per 10,000 population, an emergency response time of less than 10 minutes, and at least 75 square feet of school area per student. Chandrababu Naidu is known for being a transformative Chief Minister, and therefore his grand plans for Amaravati, many say, are very much characteristic of his approach to governance. He is remembered for his contribution in making Hyderabad in undivided Andhra Pradesh during his tenure as Chief Minister between 1995 and 1999, and then subsequently between 1999 and 2004 as an information technology hub and a powerhouse.
Right now we are reporting from the high-tech city, from the Hyderabad city, and I would like to show one of the buildings. Actually, he first laid foundation and even inaugurated in 2000, and this is the Cyber Towers building, where he laid foundation and inaugurated this building in 2000, and later this high-tech city has spread throughout this area, kilometers from this area, from this spot, and several top buildings including Microsoft, Google, and several other top offices, and he has been known as the economic reformer and proponent of information technology, and basically his policies has brought modernization and investment in the bringing in the investments, and also his policies mainly helped to attract the investments in the Hyderabad city. From then, Hyderabad city has emerged as an IT hub, and here, like I said, several top companies work and function from the Hyderabad city. That's how Chandrababu Naidu is aiming also, make Amaravati as IT hub and also make a self-sustainable green city in the state of Andhra Pradesh.
When you think of Chandrababu Naidu garu, the very name itself, you immediately think of a phrase which says what the world thinks tomorrow, Naiduji thinks today. Because here, as you said, very aptly said, he thinks absolutely about the people. For him, politics is just not merely, getting into power or getting some sort of a positions or earning money or things like that, being the chief minister or being something else. No, politics for him is all about people. How do we improve the standard of living of people? All of us just think of high-tech city or cyber towers, we just think of this, Cyberabad. But we also have to think of the ecosystem, that's what we call his vision, that he has built around that. He got in almost 200 plus engineering colleges, in and around Hyderabad, just to support this particular vision of his, wherein he is thinking about tomorrow. And also, he developed the concept of ORR. He thought about an international airport. He thought about an institution like ISB, wherein the top-notch managerial, students would come out, right? And also he thought about IIIT Hyderabad. So these are all the things he was when I say ecosystem, you have a vision, just merely having a vision. Like, in the 90s itself, he spoke about Vision 2020. Most of them said, Kya Vision 2020? It's not Vision 2020, it's Vision 420. They said that. But then he said, no, the world, we are, if you think of world tomorrow, it's all about computers. It's all about the information technology. It's all about the service sector industry. If you remember, that's when we had the call centers come in. That's when we had the IT sectors come in. That's when we had people like Bill Gates coming in, Bill Clinton coming in, talking about, putting Hyderabad in the international arena on the world map, saying that yes, this is the point where I want to invest. So most of the people think that when you call him as Nara Chandrababu Naidu, so the Nara in his name talks about national aspirations and also regional aspirations. So he always is focused on that. So for us now, yes, when he meets the leaders in Delhi, when he meets the Chief Minister, the Prime Minister or other ministers in Delhi, he just goes with the file. Trust me. Most of them don't even believe that, but he just goes with it. Abhi Parsori, he went to the Niti Aayog meeting, he had a complete set of files with him, complete set of data with him, and he just goes there and says, yes, this is what I want for the state.
The Andhra Pradesh government under Naidu recently released a white paper of the state's finances. It was partly intended to put the previous YSRCP government, led by Jagan Mohan Reddy, in the dock, but the state's GSDP figures, as well as the growth of the services sector in the state during Naidu's tenure, do tell a story about the strongly upward growth trajectory he helped put Andhra Pradesh on when he was Chief Minister. On an average between 1999 and 2004, the services sector in the state grew at 7.7%. almost on par with the national average, and this was also the case with the state's GSDP, which grew at an average of 5.8% in the same time period, again almost on par with the national GDP growth numbers. Famously, Naidu would recall how he had met Bill Gates in the 1990s and had convinced him to open a development center for Microsoft in Hyderabad, part of the IT revolution of sorts that the city would witness. But Chandrababu Naidu has also faced political setbacks. After taking control of the reins of the TDP in 1995 and becoming Chief Minister for 2 terms, Naidu faced defeat at the hands of the Congress party in Andhra Pradesh in both 2004 and 2009, as did the NDA nationally. And those 2 terms in opposition was where he continually witnessed the intensification of the movement for the creation of a separate Telangana, which had serious political and financial implications for Andhra Pradesh itself.
2009, when, after Rajshekar Reddy has succumbed in 2008, the demand for the separate Telangana has increased, and even Million March and also the TRS party, they started hitting the roads, protesting on the roads, and it was a big challenge for the both Chandrababu Naidu and also the Congress party, to come up with a strategy to hold back the TRS leaders or to hold back the Telangana activists who were demanding the separate Telangana state. So after BJP has supported, and also even Congress considering separate state, they also know that it will kill the Congress in the Andhra Pradesh. They have taken the decision to for the bifurcation and also separate Telangana from Andhra Pradesh. So Chandrababu Naidu, before going to Andhra Pradesh, he ruled the state, and also he conducted each and every meeting from the TDP office. So mainly he at that time he faced massive backlash because from the Telangana rulers and also Telangana leaders and Telangana activists at that time, because Chandrababu Naidu was in support of united Andhra Pradesh. But at that time, the increasingly the growing and also the demand for separate state has intensified. Finally, Chandrababu Naidu has decided that he will be shifting his party to Andhra Pradesh, and he will be focusing on the Andhra Pradesh and finally the parent state, and finally he came to power in Andhra Pradesh in year 2014.
Chandrababu Naidu was one of the few chief ministers apart from Narendra Modi. Narendra Modi, when I am talking about when he was chief minister, he had this program called Vibrant Gujarat. Chandrababu Naidu had summits and other things. These were the only two chief ministers who were going regularly abroad and making a sales pitch to foreign multinationals, saying that we will give you all facilities, you come and set up your shop here. You know, when Indian School of Business wanted to set up its shop here, he said, whatever other states will give, I will give you more. You come and set up your business school in Hyderabad. See, setting up a high-tech city is not sufficient. It has to be backed by a technical pool of technical manpower. So Chandrababu Naidu, he increased the number of engineering colleges from a handful to 600 plus engineering colleges. So they could supply manpower to Google, Microsoft, or some other companies that you named. So Hyderabad became an attractive destination, and he himself used to call himself a CEO of Andhra Pradesh. And this is an expression that the foreign companies liked, because he did not sound like a traditional leader, and he had knowledge of information technology.
Chandrababu Naidu began his political career in the Congress party, like many stalwarts now in several states who've gone on to establish their separate parties and emerged as powerhouses in their own right, both regionally as well as nationally. In 1978, he won the Chandragiri Assembly seat on a Congress ticket. In 1981, he married the daughter of Telugu movie legend NTR and joined his party, the Telugu Desam Party. 14 years later, following an intra-party feud, Naidu took control of the party and in 1996 would go on to play a very important role in the formation of the United Front government. In 1998, Naidu provided outside support to the BJP-led NDA under Atal Bihari Vajpayee, and a year later won a big mandate to become Andhra Pradesh Chief Minister for the second time. In 2003, he survived an assassination attempt by Maoists. He would remain in opposition between 2004 and 2014. He would be in opposition. He would then return with a strong mandate in Andhra Pradesh's first state election after the creation of Telangana. But relations between the TDP and the BJP-led government in the centre would turn sour in 2018 over the demand by Chandrababu Naidu for special category status for Andhra Pradesh. In many ways, a compensatory measure for Andhra Pradesh to prosper financially following the bifurcation. The NDA government had then refused, and this led to the TDP pulling out of the NDA.
Well, it is not new to Chandrababu Naidu to come back, but this time because he was in the opposition in 2004 and as well as in 2009, but he came back in 2014, but he never saw a backlash or setback like he saw in year 2019 after losing badly, after withdrawing the ministers, pulling back the ministers from the NDA government, and also joining the hands with the Congress and campaigning against the BJP, demanding special category status. That doesn't go well with the TDP, and even people couldn't take it.
2019 was a serious political blow for the TDP and Chandrababu Naidu. Jagan Mohan Reddy would win a landslide in the State Assembly and also the Lok Sabha in Andhra Pradesh. In September 2023, barely 6 months before the 2024 elections, Naidu was arrested by the Andhra Pradesh State CID for what was alleged as corruption in the Andhra Pradesh Skill Development Corporation between 2014 and 2019 when he was Chief Minister.
They have not been able to prove anything in it. In fact, there was an ED investigation in the past on this case, and ED has clearly stated that there is no money laundering in this case. I mean, if you look at this, it's quite funny. Which is the agency that has investigated? It's CID, which is a state investigative agency. Right? It's filled with his henchmen. I think for the last 2.5 years. This is a name that we've given him because of his erratic behavior. And arresting Mr. Naidu is one such erratic behavior. So therefore, I think it's fair that we can call him a psycho Jagan or a psycho Chief Minister.
In November 2023, Naidu managed to secure bail, and that was to be crucial in his political comeback. Many believe that Naidu was a victim of vindictive politics and he was able to galvanize both the TDP cadre and the electorate.
Everyone thought that there will be no Chandrababu Naidu, there will be no TDP party. Even that has galvanized the cadre after they saw that back-to-back cases being registered against the TDP leaders, against Chandrababu Naidu, and several cases have been booked against him. There are 2 to 3 scams booked against him, and finally the police, the CID police, have arrested him while he was campaigning for the TDP party, and he was shifted to the CID headquarters. There he was questioned for the entire night, and finally he has been lodged into the central prison, Rajahmundry Central Prison, and he was there for 54 days. And at that time the situations in Andhra Pradesh changed, and the Janasena party, who won with 100% strike rate in the last elections, Janasena chief came out openly. He met Chandrababu Naidu. He was the partner of the NDA, and NDA was not with the Babu at that time. But even then, Pawan Kalyan came to Rajahmundry Central Prison. He met Chandrababu Naidu, and shockingly and interestingly, he came out and he has announced that he's going to join hands with the TDP party. And then the deal has been sealed between these 3 parties, TDP, BJP, and Janasena. Finally, as an NDA alliance, they fought the elections in Andhra Pradesh, and Chandrababu Naidu led the campaigning. Even Narendra Modi was seen, Amit Shah was seen on the ground in Andhra Pradesh along with Chandrababu Naidu. Even manifesto was announced when Narendra Modi and Chandrababu Naidu was dueling. They held a massive rally, massive public meeting in Andhra Pradesh, and after that, with thumping majority, 90-95% strike rate, TDP 100% strike rate, Janasena and 85-90% strike rate, BJP, they completely sweep the elections.
After our defeat in 2019 and the kind of political terrorism what Jagan Mohan Reddy has done, every other day, every weekend, we don't know which leader would get arrested. We don't know whose house would get demolished. And a lot of people said the Telugu party would not survive this onslaught. But Chandrababu Naidu ji fought. He fought so hard. I mean, it is an inspiration. Not many people will have the courage to fight. And I feel in Andhra, although rest of India doesn't really understand what happened in the last 5 years, it was almost like a second battle of independence. So we had to fight for the basic guarantees what the Constitution has given. And the attack from Jagan Mohan Reddy on all our leaders was not just political, but he was targeting the economics. So he would make sure that the revenue flow for the leaders is also totally cut, so that his families also would suffer and suffocate them to an extent where the leaders would give up being in politics. So this kind of tough fight Telugu party went through and the leaders went through. So today the leaders who actually are standing are actually real heroes in my opinion, because we know what each one of them have gone through and the cases they were facing. And now looking at the development aspect, yes, you did talk about Chandrababu Naidu ji's vision of Hyderabad. And I mean, right from my birth, I'm in Hyderabad, so I know how this place was. And in fact, certain parts going from Panjagutta to Medipatnam, after 6 people would get afraid to use the Banjara Hills road. They would actually go through Hyderabad. So from there, where we are now, and when the high-tech city was being thought, nobody thought it was a workable model. But Chandrababu Naidu ji had that vision.
Back at the helm in Andhra Pradesh and in a position to leverage the TDP status as a critical ally in the NDA to secure the state's economic future, it now remains to be seen how the relationship with the BJP evolves. More crucially, all eyes will be on the growth trajectory for Andhra Pradesh under his leadership in a completely different set of circumstances compared to when he became Chief Minister for the first time almost 3 decades ago.
Imagine it took us 75 years to reach 3 trillion. Now they are saying we will double in the next 4 years, right? By 2027, 28, we will double. That means 75 years is compressed in 4 years' time. Imagine the kind of investments both in infrastructure as well as in people, human capital, and outside money should come in. I mean, I don't think we can generate it internally, but we need outside investments to come, which means that investors should feel that their money is safe. You have to create that kind of policy. And then to go to a 10 times, 30 trillion economy in 25 years, that is 100 years of independence, will be incredible achievement, not only for the leaders of our country, but also the people of our country.
But some things stay the same, and that includes Naidu's priorities on the reform and development front. These are, as they say, interesting times.
So